Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the boys from Convoy Home Loans. How you doing, Jonathan?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. And Dustin, how are you?
Great,
You
great.
you got some sunscreen on, I hope.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
That's hilarious. I love Zoom's video backdrops. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Hey, guys, I want to tell you a story about my third rental property and see if Convoy Home Loans can help other investors do what I did. Right. So I want to rewind the clock. This is probably 2004, easy lending. Right. So I got this through, I don't know who I got it through, call it Countrywide probably. I'm dealing with the seller on a two family, right? Two houses on one lot. I think I'm picking it up for $150, but I don't have enough down, right? Back in the day, investor loans, much like today, you had to put 20% down. However, dealing with my broker at the time, he says, you know what, Michael, since you don't have it, but this is a good deal, if not a great deal, why don't you see if the owner would take a second, 10% second? So what came about, and I talk about it in my book, became an 80-10-10, right? Countrywide took a first at 80%, the seller took a 10% second, and then ultimately I only had to put 10% down. So I don't know if 90% products are out there today. I want to do an 80% product. I'm going to call this combined loan to value. Is that something that Convoy would help my community get done? Because if so, I want to encourage my followers to think about that, right? Because sellers who own a property a long time, give them some money now, have them maintain a note in second position so they get some interest going forward. Everybody wins, but I don't know if Convoy can help with that. Can you guys help?
Yeah, we can, max we're seeing on these are like the 80-10-10s.
I like
right?
those. Yeah, yeah.
90. And then essentially it is a little bit harder to qualify for these. It is going to fall in the non-QM space, but it is
for sure.
programs that are, available. But the minimum FICO scores are obviously a lot higher that are needed. And the amount of reserves, that are needed to do this. So it's available, but it's not like it's available for everyone, unfortunately.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's a 90% product. I don't like to talk about the extremes, but could it be like a 50, 30, 20, a 50, 25, 25? I mean, are there other products or all of these, because there is that second, they all go higher?
I think, there is a little bit of kind of lenders not wanting to really do that as much as, anything else, just because unless it's a second that they're putting on, right? The products that will have their, lenders will add in their second, or, we have like, I think we talked about before, a home equity line of credit, or kind of like a home equity line of credit for second properties, and investment properties, right? So we do have that available. But if it's not that, and then the lenders are going to get a little iffy about having a second that is actually being, held and then financed in. There are cases where, again, if the LTV works out, and let's say the seller financing is going to carry a lower amount and enough on it to offset the LTV that the buyer is going in with, then potentially, right? But that's a very exception based, case by case basis that,
well, that's why, you've got to reach out to people and have these conversations. So how do you want them to reach out? Just to remind us.
Yeah, just email privateclient@convoyhomeloans.com. Or you can find us on our website. Just, fill out the form.
Yeah. Let them know you came from one rental at a time. Again, one of the things that, this is something I'm adding to my bag, and I always tell everybody what I'm doing. I'm going to actually start going to owners who own this stuff free and clear with probably something like a 50, 20, 30, right? I want a bank, probably non-QM, to come in for 50% first. Then I'm going to ask the seller to take maybe a 25% second, and then I'm going to bring in the rest. Just because I think that's a great conversation, right? These sellers that I'm talking with, they want some money now. They don't mind some income. They like to delay taxes. But this is definitely a strategy that I'm going to push. So I would recommend my folks reach out to both of you guys just to have the discussion, because I don't want them to get too far down this path if you guys can't help. So they should reach out early. Dustin, one more time, what's the email?
Privateclient@convoyhomeloans.com.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
You got it.
Thank you.